Good evening, guys.
People, good evening, everyone. Welcome to this new class. Please do me a favor. Connect your camera, please. Try to join with your camera, guys. Let's begin this class, today's class. Just give me 1 second. Give me a second, guys. Thank you, people, for the camera. Guys, we are almost getting close to Friday. That means we are almost a month away to finish this one, guys. Okay, so remember, people, well, we are about to finish this one, so that's something that we are going to be doing this. Well, guys, I want to give you some techniques, we can say, okay, to improve listening. That's something that we are going to be talking today. We are going to prepare for our presentation on Monday as well. So there are a lot of things that we will be doing. Before we start, guys, I want to know, how was your day? What did you do? So now, yesterday we talked about something that was new for us. Now I have another question. What did you do today that you think you could have changed? Okay. For example, in my case, well, today in my job, I just stay with, well, with my coworkers, and we watched a series. That's a good new series that I'm watching. Well, I'm not watching it. I just watched one episode. But you know, I could have checked the exams, the scores of the the students that I have. I didn't do it. I could have done it. I regret it now. What about you guys? Do you regret something? Let's see, Maricela, think about something you could have done differently today.
Well, today I went to the school, my son's school,
Mhm.
and we have to, well, we did have like set an environment because they have an exposition tomorrow. So the thing that I will change is that my things that I did, I will do it better because it was a sign for the environment, the good environment of El Salvador, and trash and I don't know how to say the wasted of El Salvador.
Okay.
So the thing that I will change is that I will do it better because
You
it was not a good job.
okay, you
Because
didn't
yeah,
you
because
didn't do your best, in other
yeah,
words.
I will do my best, yeah, to my sign.
Okay, good. Let's see. Let's get with Raul. What about you? Is there something you could have done differently? You could have done better?
You're right. Well, as the previous week and this week, my day was pretty hard. it's so hard that I try to do more exercise every day.
Mhm.
But my plan for today was start making some doing some exercise, but I did it.
Okay, you did it.
If I had did that exercise, I could have more energy during the day, but I didn't. So now I feel exhausted, but I'm here. That's it.
Okay, good. Excellent. Thank you so much. Great. Let's see another person. Let's talk about regrets. What about Catherine? Is there something you regret today? Something you could have done differently or in a better way?
Hi, good evening. I'm
Good
sorry
evening,
because of
lady.
the noise. My dog is playing.
Don't worry. It's okay.
I think that, wait a minute, please.
Actually, I don't hear your dog.
Okay, he's playing with a bottle. But I think that I don't have anything that I regret today. The only thing I will say is about the traffic, because I usually, when I go out from my work, I used to go to a specific route, but today I changed that, and I didn't know that today it was a concert in the Estadio Cuscatlán.
Mhm.
So the traffic was very, very hard. But I don't know, it could be, that could be one that I will regret, I think, to change the route.
Okay, good. Sarai, what about you? Is there something you regret today?
Good evening.
Good evening,
Let
lady.
me think something that I regret. I think there's nothing I regret today.
I don't know, you ate a sandwich and then you said, no, that was too much, probably. Now that you think about the pupusas of the morning, probably you say, no, well, I want to lose some weight. So if I continue doing it, well, I'm not going to progress. I don't know, think about it. There are a lot of things we can regret during the
And
day.
now you mentioned it could be that I ate tortilla with coditos salad. So that's something that I could regret. You are right.
Okay. Are you trying to lose weight?
No.
Okay, but you think that it was too much salad
Yes.
and tortillas. Okay, you know what? When I eat that type of salad, I always eat it with bread or tortillas. It's like, yeah, it doesn't make sense, but anyways, it's not about
But
making sense.
I could die happy.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. So good, excellent. Let's go right now. People, well, we will continue with today's topic. Guys, you know, we have the presentation. Okay, Rafael, I read your message, so that's okay. We're waiting for you. When you are ready, just say it. Type it. Okay, people, we will have the presentation this coming Monday. Also, we are going to have a different type of, well, we will have homework this weekend as well. Well, next week, actually, we will have a homework. So guys, we need to make an effort here, okay? Especially for the homework. You know, I just want to share with you what happens. So guys, a lot of people, and I mentioned before, right? So a lot of people, they I don't know, they take for granted the homework, probably they think that it's not that important, or probably they think that, well, it's not necessary, it's not that important to do the homework. Guys, the homework is super essential. There are a lot of things that you are going to be learning with the homework. That's the idea. The idea is that you do the homework the day that you have to do it. Why? Because if not, if you do it, for example, let's say the homework is for the weekend, and you told me on Monday, Mister, I want to do the homework. I don't want to lose the points. And that one was a topic that we used for Monday's class. I give you a home, or was Friday's class. Okay. So the idea is that you use it. You use what you have learned. Okay. So that's the idea. You practice what you have learned. And that's the idea of the homework. It's not about the points. Points are not important. Actually, they don't really care that much. What we really care is that you do it the best possible, right? So that's what you have to do, guys. Do your job the best way possible. And that's basically what you need to do. That's basically the, well, that's the most important thing. You follow your dreams, but also be disciplined. Discipline is what will help you to get your final destination, your final goal, guys. So you have to do it. You have to go with this one, and it will help you a lot. Okay. So people, be responsible with the homework, especially. I won't be accepting homework after the date that we say it. That's why you have a lot of days to do it. Right now, we don't have homework yet. So, but we will. And for the days that we'll have, please do it on time. You will have a space like 3 days of space. So yeah, you can do it. I know you can do it. So people, that's basically what we are going to be working on. Guys, let's begin today's class. And I have a question for you. Let me ask you, people, what are you doing? Well, first, what do you think that is the most difficult part of English? I ask Morena. Any idea? What is the most difficult part of English and why?
Maybe when you conjugate different verbs in different time. When you conjugate in past and past participle, because they change the pronunciation and the writing. I don't know, escritura.
Writing.
Writing. This is the most difficult for me.
Okay, good. For you is writing. Good. Let's see, Inmer, what about you? What is the most difficult part of English?
I think the most part difficult in English is the listening, because you can hear, you know, we have a lot of different accent, you know, but the listening, it's for me, it's more difficult. Sometimes I feel confused with listening if you talk with someone from Jamaica, but if you talk with someone it's the Europe, it's the accent is very different like us. Yeah.
So dealing with different accents, and well, that's something that makes things difficult. Okay, good. Let's see another person. I want to listen to David. What do you think that is the most difficult part of English?
Well, to me, I think memorize the verbs. Have to apply the verbs in past, present, and future, especially when they are irregular verbs. So that's the most difficult to me. Yeah.
Okay. Good. Excellent. That's the most difficult part for you. Let's go right now with another person. I want to listen to Kevin, Isaí, what do you think that is the most difficult part?
Well, honestly speaking, for me, one of the difficult things about English is discipline, because if you don't have discipline, you won't get the hang of it. If you don't have discipline, you won't get vocabulary. So that's my idea.
Okay, good. That's your idea. Great discipline. So let's see. Let me ask right now, Mario Ernesto, what about you? What do you think that is the most difficult part of English?
All about the language teacher is difficult for me, but especially when I try to talk or say something, because I think that is something like a mixing that I have in my brains. Uh, uh, is something difficult, very difficult when I want to express my ideas. And pronunciation, I think, is the other thing that is difficult for me, but I hope to improve it.
Okay, good. Excellent. So everything about the language, but especially at the moment of talking. Good. So let's see. The last person that I want to ask today. Roxana, what about you? What do you think that is the most difficult part of English?
For me, I think it's stop thinking in Spanish, because sometimes that stop my fluency. I'm not sure in maybe how to create a sentence. And when that happened, I start to thinking in Spanish, and then I want to translate. So that's the part for me, fluency, and the listening, but not the listening to someone else, because most of English I listen is American, but listening to myself, I think, because I am not sure when I made mistakes.
Okay, I got you. Okay, interesting. Okay, guys, so good. Some of you mentioned speaking, some others mention, well, discipline. You need to be disciplined. Others mention writing, but three of you mentioned listening in some way, right? So guys, yeah, and that's what we are going to focus right now. We are going to watch a video right now, people. Give me just a second. We will watch a video and we are going to listen to some strategies, okay, to improve our listening. Let's go right now.
Good evening, everyone. Today I'm going to talk about how to improve your listening comprehension in the target language that you are studying. Now, I should point out in advance, I'm not talking to people who don't know any of the language yet. There's no point trying to improve your listening comprehension if you don't know the phonology, the basic grammar and sentence structure, and basic vocabulary of the language. Really, I'm talking to people who are already studying the language, already know some of the basics, but their listening comprehension is not up to speed with their other skills and other awareness of the language. All right, so the most important thing is to listen every day. Consistency is king. You want to practice listening every
day, guys. So what are you doing to improve your listening? If you think that you don't understand what people say, or like the exercises, you realize that the exercises are different from the exercises we are doing, right? They are totally different from the ones that probably we have practiced before. Why? Because you need to analyze, you need to infer, you need to move to the future probably. You need to make assumptions. So there are a lot of things implied in listening. So if you think that is hard, what can you do? Practice every day, guys. Listen to words, listen to vocabulary in English, That's something
every
you can
day.
try.
Make sure you are practicing listening just as much as you are practicing reading or practicing speaking or learning grammar and vocabulary. Spend just as much time on the listening, because obviously that's of key importance when you want to communicate with people. So these days it's very easy to do every day. Even if you live in the middle of nowhere, if you have an internet connection, you have no excuse to not practice the listening. When I studied Hebrew language back in like 1997, in those days the internet was just getting off the ground. There were very few resources. You guys today are very lucky. Make use of them. You have YouTube videos. All languages have videos available on YouTube. I'm sure you can find something good there. As well, you can find streaming radio stations, streaming news networks, streaming television stations. You can find downloadable videos on demand, full movies in your target language. You can find everything. So make sure you get some of that. No excuses. Do it every day. Okay, one piece of advice I will give you is to use videos, and to use videos that have subtitles. So if you get a DVD, sometimes you can set the subtitles on so you can watch with the subtitles and then maybe remove them. But also on the internet you can find videos that have been, they've had subtitles
Netflix,
added to them as a way to help
YouTube,
second language
they are the
learners.
best
Like I
apps
found
to
a
learn
website
another
for
language,
French
guys.
that had all sorts
This is
of
English.
movies with subtitles added to them. French movies, but somebody added the subtitles as a way to help second language learners, French learners. So there are materials out there like that with subtitles, and those are very useful for helping you make a connection between the visual and the auditory. Some people are more visual learners. They need to understand the language visually and conceptualize it visually. And if you're just listening, sometimes you won't be able to perceive the sounds until you make that connection with the written word. So the subtitles help you do that, to make that connection between the sound and the visual. And I recommend that you listen with the subtitles first, but then you can remove them. If it's a DVD and you can remove the subtitles with a setting, then do that. But if the subtitles are they're already edited into the video and you can't remove them, then you can try just closing your eyes or covering your eyes. You could do that, I'm sure. After you are already familiar with the content of the video and you know what it's about, you know the topic and stuff from reading it, then you can switch off the subtitles. Just try to rely on your hearing the second time around, and you are getting rid of that visual crutch after you've already made the connection between auditory and visual. Okay, so watch once with subtitles, once without. Train yourself like that to just listen. I should say though, beware of captions on YouTube or any automatically generated captions. They usually suck. Sometimes they're hilarious, so if you want a good laugh, you can watch them and figure out what they're saying. Usually it's way off, so just be careful. The captions are not usually accurate. Okay, I recommend that you practice listening to a variety of different levels. So some materials out there are made for second language learners, so they are graded. They use graded language that's aimed at, for example, beginners or intermediate level or upper intermediate. The language is tailored for learners, so it's simpler and it's easier for you to grasp and understand. So I recommend you use that sometimes, because that helps you consolidate the things that you are learning in your textbook, the things that you are studying, or the things you learn in class from your teacher. If you use a simple video, simple audio too, that will help you review and consolidate things you're already learning. And it's encouraging because it's not too far above your level, not too far out of your comfort zone, so you will be able to understand a lot of it, and that will be encouraging for you. You'll feel that you're improving and you're using the language for something functional, so you'll feel good and encouraged. But at the same time, I recommend that you use more difficult materials that are aimed at native speakers. So listen to the radio, listen to the news, watch TV shows, that kind of thing, and just experience the sound of the language. I recommend that you have no expectations of understanding. You just relax. You don't put any pressure on yourself to have good comprehension. You just want to just hear the sounds of the language and notice the things that you recognize. Even if you don't understand what's being said, just think, I remember that word. I've heard that before. And notice the patterns of intonation. Notice where if you notice where one word starts and then ends, or you notice where the next word begins, that's all fine. Just notice that. Don't worry about trying to understand. You just want to internalize those patterns subconsciously. So then once your study gets to that level, you will be very well prepared to understand it because you've already internalized all of those auditory patterns. Okay, so I recommend you listen to simpler materials, also more challenging materials. Just listen and
that's, we will continue tomorrow with some other 2 tips that are missing. So guys, tip number 1. Do you remember what was the number 1?
Practice listening every day.
People, I can give you recommendations. This is the best thing that we can do. Okay, so guys, you go here, you click on this one right here, and you go to the language. Well, let's do it. I don't want to learn Spanish. I know Spanish. So I'm going to learn, well, I will select the language that I'm learning. In this case,
Banana promo. Choco banana a tan solo $2.60 por tiempo limitado.
So I changed that one to the language. Okay, in your case, it will be English. Look, but then you change the place. So you are not going to be in El Salvador. You are going to be, I don't know, you go to United States, you go to Canada, you go to the United Kingdom, you go to Australia, New Zealand. In my case, I'm learning German, right? So I'm going to go to Germany. So that's it. Now, what can I do? Well, I come here and it gives me, for example, if I want to know about sports, it will tell me, it will give me results in my language, the one that I'm looking for. So if you see here, this is in German, right? German right here. So you will see some of Spanish because your computer is in Spanish. Then you can change your computer as well. And that's it. But also it will give you results in your target language. Okay. So if I want to watch the news or stuff like that, you do it. Well, come here. I don't know. Yeah, I want to listen to the news. So see, a lot of news in German, right? So I want to listen to the news. There we have only in German. Because I selected German, if you do it in English, it will be in English. Okay. The other stuff you can do, go to Netflix, create an account. You have the account for the family, but then you create an account for you to have only results in English. In English, it is easier. So when it's not necessary, because by default, it tells you the language, it will be Spanish and English. So you can try that. You can go with English, you can try it. I'm sure you can do it in other apps. If you have Paramount as well, you can use that one. HBO as well, English is easy to get it from there. So there are a lot of things you can try, guys. So practice all days. Second tip, what was the second tip?
Watch videos what have subtitles.
With
subtitles.
With
okay, guys.
And then without.
He said that you can start with subtitles and then you move without subtitles. Yeah. You can get familiar with the vocabulary, you can get familiar with the information, and then when you feel confident, you move without subtitles, right? So that is something you can try. And step number 3, do you remember what was it? What was the step number 3 he mentioned?
Listen to material of a variety of different levels.
Exactly, guys. So people, it's not only that you are going to listen to Peppa Pig, right? Because you understand Peppa Pig and you feel comfortable with Peppa Pig and that's it, right? No, it's, well, you understood Peppa Pig, but also move to the news, okay? Or probably move to a series in English. I don't know, you want to watch Dr. House, go ahead, watch it, okay? You can apply the other techniques. So that's something you can try. to improve your listening, guys. Practice all days, that's super important. So we are going to practice right now, guys. Please, everybody, get your piece of paper and everything. Let's go to our doses of exercises for today. Let's go. Yeah, I'm sharing that. Okay, guys, let's go right now to the Toefl exercises. Let's listen to it. What are we going to discover today? This. The last one was what and where. Now who and what. With multiple nouns, when there is more than one noun in a sentence, it is common for the answers to confuse which noun does what. So the idea here is that you need to discriminate who is doing what, okay? So that's the idea of these exercises. When there are multiple nouns in a sentence, it is common for answers to confuse which noun does what.
TOEFL Exercise 6. In this exercise, listen carefully to the short conversation and question in the recording, and then choose the best answer to the question. You should be particularly careful of who is doing what. Number 1.
The passenger arrived in a taxi.
Yes, and then she had the taxi driver wait at the corner.
What does the woman mean?
Okay, the first man, he said something, right? About the passenger. But then what does the woman mean? We don't care about the information that the man said. We care about the information that the woman said. So, and they were talking about a taxi driver, a cab driver. Okay, so guys, what does the woman mean? What do you think? The passenger waited at the corner. The passenger looked for a taxi at the corner. The cab driver waited for the passenger. The passenger cornered the waiting taxi driver. What is the answer, guys? They look similar.
A.
The passenger waited for the corner. At the corner. Let's listen again, guys.
I think it's C.
You think that is C? Let's see.
C as well.
Number 1.
The passenger arrived in a taxi.
Yeah.
What did the man say? Can you repeat?
Passenger arrived in a taxi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's listen to the woman.
Yes, and then she had the taxi driver wait at the corner.
And then she.
Yeah.
Has the taxi waited at the corner.
So what is the answer? The passenger waited?
Waited at the corner.
Cab driver.
The cab driver.
It's letter B.
Letter B?
Letter B, the passenger looked for a taxi
I
in the
think it's
corner.
C. Still thinking that it's C.
Me as well,
Let's see.
the taxi driver.
One more time, but
Let's listen again.
1.
The passenger arrived in a taxi.
Yes, and then she had the taxi driver wait at the corner. And then she had the taxi driver wait at the corner. And then she had the taxi driver wait at the corner.
And then she had the taxi driver.
Waited at the corner.
Okay, so the passenger is not waiting for a taxi. She had the man waiting for her. So the answer is letter
C.
C. The cab driver waited for the passenger. Yeah, they waited at the corner. The woman had the taxi driver waiting for her, but that's not the important information. The important information here is that the cab driver waited for the passenger. That is number one. Let's go to the rest, guys. Let's do the rest.
What does the woman mean? Number 2.
Did you go to the concert last night?
Yes, it was great, and I got to hear Jane play the harp.
What does the woman mean? Number 3.
Did the children like the new babysitter?
Not really, because she made them go to bed early.
What does the man mean?
Can you stop to read the answers, Carlos?
I got confused.
Number 4.
Why did you get confused?
You
repeated.
I
Can
repeated.
you repeat it? Yeah.
Okay.
I have time to read the answers.
Okay, that's another thing, guys. You need to go quickly. Okay. Actually, in a TOEFL test, you only have like 25 seconds to answer each question. So that's why this one goes a little bit fast, guys. Not 25, probably less than that. Like 20 seconds. So, guys, let's go again.
Number 3.
Did the children like the new babysitter?
Not really, because she made them go to bed early.
What does the man mean? Number 4.
Why is that man throwing the ball so carefully?
He is tossing the ball to his young son.
What does the woman say about the father and son? Number 5.
Did the professor tell her students about the lecture this evening?
Yes, she directed her students to attend it.
What does the woman mean?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear the number 4. I don't know if just me.
I didn't hear number 2 also.
Didn't hear number 2? Well, later, guys. We will do it later. If you don't listen to it, tell me at the moment. Okay? So we will do it later.
Number
Just wait.
6.
I cannot find the clerk.
The floor manager sent him back to the supply room.
What happened, according to the man? Number 7.
Will the students be able to get hold of the books that they need?
The librarian had them reserve the books for 2 days.
What does the man mean? Number 8.
Were elections held last night as scheduled?
Yes, and the board elected Tony chairman for another year.
What does the woman mean? Number 9.
At the trial, the defendant was found guilty.
Yes, the judge called the defendant a murderer.
What does the man mean? Number 10.
Have the names of the new committee members been announced?
Congratulations! You've been appointed to serve on the committee.
What does the man mean?
The passenger arrived in a taxi.
Let's go with number 2.
Number 2.
Did you go to the concert last night?
Yes, it was great, and I got to hear Jane play the harp.
What does the woman mean?
Let's go to number 5.
Number 3.
4.
4.
Number 4.
Let's go to number 4, guys. And 5.
Number 4.
Why is that man throwing the ball so carefully?
He is tossing the ball to his young son.
What does the woman say about the father and son? Number 5.
Did the professor tell her students about the lecture this evening?
Yes, she directed her students to attend it.
What does the woman mean? Number 7 mean.
Okay, guys. And right now, let's compare the answers, right? Let's see.
I couldn't be doing worse.
Don't worry, we will see what could be.
The one I missed.
Let's see. Let's go right now.
Number 1.
The passenger arrived in a taxi.
Yes, and then she had the taxi driver wait at the corner.
What does the woman mean?
The one we said, right?
Number 2.
Did you go to the concert last night?
Yes, it was great, and I got to hear Jane play the harp.
What does the woman mean?
So, yes, it was great. And I got to hear Jane play the harp. So, what does the woman mean? What is she saying? That Jane gave a harp recital last night. They didn't mention that it was hard to hear Jane last night. Jane was playing harp while she was hurt. No, nothing related to it. She played the harp last night for Jane. Not really. So you need to pay attention. Who is doing what? Okay. Let's go with the number 3.
Number 3.
Did the children like the new babysitter?
No.
Not really, because she made them go to bed early.
She made
What does the
them,
man
she
mean?
forced. Okay, so it's similar. They were forced. I make you do something. Go to bed early.
Number 4.
Why is that man throwing the ball so carefully?
He is tossing the ball.
Look at the question. Why is that man? He's asking the reason why. Okay, so the woman says he's tossing the ball to his young son. What does the woman say about the father and son? The boy is receiving the ball from his dad. They are not saying anything about teaching something, right? The ball is being tossed into the air by the boy. No, the dad is doing it. And son, nothing to do with it.
To his young son.
What does the woman say about the father and son?
We know father and son, it's not this son. Okay, so we know that D is not the one. We had the other 3 options available, and B was the right answer.
Number 5.
Did the professor tell her students about the lecture this evening?
Yes, she directed her students to attend it.
What does the woman mean?
Lecture, guys. Lecture is not reading. Lecture is a presentation of somebody in the university. So
Number 6.
I cannot find the clerk.
The floor manager sent him back to the supply room.
What happened, according to the man?
letter C, right? The clerk went to supply room at the manager's request.
Number 7.
Will the students be able to get hold of the books that they need?
The librarian had them reserve the books for 2 days.
What does the man mean?
Put on hold for 2 days.
Number 8.
Were elections held last night as scheduled?
Yes, and the board elected Tony chairman for another year.
What does the woman mean? Number 9.
At the trial, the defendant was found guilty.
Yes, the judge called the defendant a murderer.
What does the man mean?
Murder, kill, right? Killer, that's a crime. He's a criminal.
Number 10.
Have the names of the new committee members been announced?
Congratulations, you've been appointed to serve on the committee.
What does the man mean?
Congratulations, you. So directly to the woman, right? And that's about it. So people, I know we have probably not the best scores right now. There were some issues. The first thing I noticed, some people, they were like kind of stressed because of this one. Relax, this is a practice, okay? You have 6 months still to practice. Créanme que si se ponen a practicar esos 6 meses que faltan antes de terminar sus últimos cursos, su inglés va a ser bestial. You are going to reach it. Así que relax, that's one thing, okay? Nothing bad's gonna happen here. Incluso si fuese un examen evaluado y cuesta el 20% de la nota final, still, si no lo pasa es porque es un heads up, right? Significa tengo que practicar eso, okay? So that's it. It doesn't matter, okay? The most important thing is that you acquire the final skill, that is listening. I know that you feel good when you see an 8, a 9, or a 10 in your exam, right? But don't worry, if there are some areas that you need to improve, work on those, right? So that's one thing. Second thing, probably vocabulary, guys. Okay. Did you know what is the meaning of clerk? Did you know what is the meaning of, what was another one? Murder. Did you know toss? What is the meaning of toss? What is the meaning of harp? What is the meaning? So probably words, vocabulary. That means you need to study vocabulary because vocabulary is essential to understand. To have a better English, to get a better level, you need to have vocabulary, guys. Okay? And not only knowing it in Spanish. In Spanish, sometimes it doesn't help. You need to know what it is. My recommendation is that you look for vocabulary and you try to find the meaning of those words in English. Find the definition in English. For example, guys, do you know what is a dragonfly? Can anybody tell me here? Dragonfly, what it means? What it is?
It's libélula.
No Spanish lady. What is the meaning of that one? Well, it's an insect.
It's like a butterfly. It's like a butterfly.
Like a butterfly, you have the idea. It's a kind of insect. Like a butterfly, probably you will think about the ones that fly at night, right? But if I tell you it's an insect that lives close to rivers, it flies, and it looks like a little helicopter.
It's a black.
It's black, has big eyes. You start like, yeah, I know what it is. Definitions, guys. What about if I ask you guys, what is a firefly? Because you have dragonfly, firefly. Probably is related. And you know what is a firefly? It's another insect. What is this insect? Well, you can see them at night. They have a little light on their abdomen.
Behind.
Yeah, behind. The part behind. That's a firefly. What about if I ask you, what is this? What is, let's see. One word. What is a reef? No, I don't know what is a reef. So you read and you get to the definition. A reef is something that you find in the ocean. It is a place where animals live. Okay. Has a lot of colors and a lot of fish live in this one. A lot of colors live. Fishes and other animals use it like houses. Okay, so I got an idea what a reef is, right? So on vocabulary, that's the most important thing we need to go with, guys. That's something that can help us. Practice vocabulary, practice listening, guys. We will continue, as I mentioned before, we will continue with this one. And that's what we are going to be doing. Guys, this Monday, we have a presentation. You need to use 2 and 4, right? And there is a question here. Forgetting or to get? We know that is forgetting probably, or to get, it depends, right? So, but there are other situations that it doesn't depend on. So you need to memorize how this one goes. And this is this, guys. We will go to the next topic. Verbs followed by gerunds, verbs followed by infinitive, guys. What is the correct? Stop to think or stop thinking. What is the correct? Let's find out. Okay, so common verbs followed by a gerund. First of all, what is a gerund? Sarai, can you tell me what a gerund is? Do you know? Do you remember?
Gerund, you said.
Yeah.
It's a verb tense. Used
Can
to
you give
speak about when you're doing something or you will do something, I guess.
Can you give me some gerund verbs as examples, please?
Yes, playing, let me think, thinking, writing, singing,
and so on.
yes.
So great. Gerunds, guys, are the words ending in ing. Okay. There is a confusion. We think that gerunds are the ones like in Spanish finish in ando, endo, right? So comiendo, jugando, peleando, eating, sleeping, and fighting. But not really. What is a gerund? Well, a gerund, yeah, it can be that one, but in Spanish is something different. So we need to forget about Spanish. And in English, we know there are the verbs ending in ing. Do not translate. You mentioned that is something that we need to avoid doing. So that's the idea. Forget about translating things. People, and if we want to use this type of verb, for example, can help, okay? Do you know what is the meaning of can help, guys? Can you give me a sentence with can help? Vocabulary, guys. Let's see. Can help. Someone can help.
Can help falling in love.
Ah, you are cheating on Elvis Presley, lady. Yes, can help falling in love. Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can help falling in love with you. Can help. It means it is impossible for me. I can help. I can help learning other languages. I know that I need to focus on German, but I can help learning other languages. It's something that it's impossible for me to do it. I am learning right now Swedish as well. So, can help. I celebrate. You celebrate. Well, people people celebrated passing to the next level. Celebrate passing to the next level. I'm sorry, guys, I mute someone. So, guys, celebrate passing, celebrate passing, celebrate winning, celebrate it, finishing, celebrate it, doing this, okay? So always after you use the verb celebrate, ing. I confess being obsessed with languages. I confess that I am obsessed. Nah, come on. I confess being, okay? Straight to the point. Finish. You finish doing. You finish working. You finish having. Let's see. Enjoy. You enjoy practicing. You enjoy cooking. Okay. Let's see. You postpone sending. You postpone having. You put off is the same as postpone, right? Put off. You put off coming to El Salvador. You put off saying this. You put off whatever, okay? Explain. I explain. Well, I don't have any idea what to explain. Suggest. I suggest sending. I suggest coming. I suggest having. Picture. You picture having. Guys, do you picture having babies in the future? Probably yes, probably not. Probably you already have them. Okay. Picture, right? And so on. So guys, these are the verbs that we can use with ing. Okay. Those are verbs that I can use with ing. All the time, all the time. You mind? Do you mind having? Did you mention coming? Did you mention being? Okay. Do you consider sending? Do you consider applying for a new job? Do you consider that? Do you support having? Do you support texting? No, do you support texting? Do you support coming? Anyways, so guys, these are the verbs always followed by a gerund. We resume talking, okay? What about infinitive? What is an infinitive? Guys, let's see. I want to listen to Milton. Do you remember what an infinitive is?
The infinitive is when you use the base form.
Exactly. You use the base form plus to, okay? You use to study, to come, to go, to apply, to send, to open, to close, to sell, to buy, to come, to go, and so on. So you use to, okay? Impossible to say in English, I need come. I like play. I love cook. Incorrect. I love to cook. I love to play. I need to come. And you like to speak. So guys, you agree. I agree. I agree to have this conversation. Agreed. Arrange, organize. I arrange to start the meeting. Can afford. I can afford to buy. I can wait to have. I chose to study. I managed to finish. I needed to go. I offered to open. I threatened to finish. I requested to send. I hope to see you. I waited to say. I wanted to go. I wish to have. I would like to go. I yearn to have. I refuse to do. Okay? So guys, these are the verbs. You need to learn them. Do you remember the question? What is the right question? You stop thinking or you stop to think. So, can you see the verb stop here? No. And here? No. So what happened? So guys, there are some verbs that follow by a gerund or infinitive, and they make no difference. For example, I can stand having, I can stand to have. I continue to study, I continue studying. I hate to go, I hate going. I like to open, I like opening. I love cooking, I love to cook. There is no difference. There is a little difference, but that's not that important. Okay? So guys, verbs followed by a gerund or infinitive, but this one, it makes a big difference. I forgot to meet him. I didn't meet him because I forgot to do it. You enter to a room and you say hello to everybody, but you forget about a person. You forget to say hello to Sarai because Sarai is preparing the cocktails. So I forgot to do it. Okay? I forgot saying hello to Sarai. I don't have the memory of saying hello to her. I think I did. I remember I did. No, you didn't. Yeah, I did. I said hello to her. No, you didn't. You didn't say it. Come on, I remember. So you forgot doing it, okay? Go on. He went on to learn English and French. He ended one period of time before this. He went on to learn English and French. So he went on learning English and French. He continued learning the languages, okay? If you say to, it finished the end. It means the end. He went on. He ended up. He went on. He finished this one to learn English and French. Probably he was learning cooking, but he went on to learn English and French. He went on learning English and French. He continued. She quit to work here. She quit another job in order to work here. What is the reason why she quit? To work here. She quit working here. She quit her job here. She doesn't work anymore here. So that's what it is. And you have other options right here. Regret promising, regret to tell you. She remembered to visit. She remembered visiting. I stop. Let's see. I stop thinking or to think. Well, if I say I stopped to call you, I interrupted another action in order to call you. I stopped to think. That means I took my time and I thought about it. I stopped calling you. I stopped this activity. Maybe he had a fight. So I stopped thinking. You said, I don't think anymore about this. Okay? I don't think about that problem anymore, so I will stop thinking about it. I will stop to think about a solution. That's the difference. You see how important is this? Guys, I'm going to send you this website. I'm sorry, I know that today I talk a lot, but it's important. This one was super important today, guys. So people, do you have any question about this one?
I have a question.
Go ahead. What's your question?
I don't understand fine the use of to, and I think the to can be used with all verbs. It's okay?
No. The only way how you will know how to use it by memorizing. When do you use it and when you don't use it?
Is the correct way?
You need to memorize it. Like the verbs in past. Do you remember?
It's not conditional. If is the correct way to say the verb.
No, there is no trick on this one. You need to memorize what verbs go with to or what verbs go with ing. There is no formula for this one.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Any other question, guys? This is about memorizing, actually. If you memorize it, you are good to go. Guys, let's do a little exercise right now. You can use the little table that is there. And Roxana, help me. They avoided getting hit or to get hit. If you are not sure, we can look for it.
I think it's to get hit.
Okay, let's see. Well, we will see it at the end, right? Let's see. Marisela, help me this one.
I always dread speaking in front of people to speaking in front of people.
Okay. Let's see. If you are not sure, guys, you can go and use the table. Let's see, Inmer, what about this one?
Okay. Let me see. He really enjoys. To go. Yeah, to go for football games.
Okay, we will see it later. Okay, let's see. The next one is Milton. Help me please with this one.
She dislike watching TV.
Okay. Next one, please, David.
I miss to hang out with my friends.
Okay. Next one, please. Which verb is followed by a gerund? You can select the ones that apply here. Let's see, Catherine. By a gerund here.
I'm not sure.
You can go to the table. If you're not sure, you can use this one and see them. So what do you think? Which verb is followed? There is only one.
I don't know if it's hope.
Okay. Which verb is followed by a gerund here? Let's see, Morena. Which one do you think,
Maybe.
Morena?
Expect.
Okay. Let's see, Mario, what about here? Which is followed by a gerund?
Agree.
Agree. Okay. Raúl, next one.
Choose. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Choose, you said.
Yes.
Okay. And the last one, which verb is followed by a gerund? This one goes to, let's see. Cesar. Which one do you think?
Decide.
Decide. Only two correct, guys. They avoided getting hit. I always dread speaking. Yeah. He really enjoys going. Remember, enjoy, ing. So she likes or she dislikes watching. Okay. I miss hanging out. ing. Miss coming, doing.
Grammar.
Which verb is followed by a gerund? Discuss. Okay. You discuss having. Hope to get. Want to go. Would like to finish. Followed by a gerund, be worth. Okay. I am not worth having this. Okay. I don't have the dignity. I am not worth having. Which is gerund, agree to, attempt to, can afford to, recommend having. Finish, in this case, consider. I know, guys, so you need to learn this one by heart. So if you do it, people, your English, the pronunciation, sorry, the vocabulary you have and everything you say, it will be more advanced. The idea is that you don't tell simple sentences. I want to go to the park. No, that's too basic. Okay. I wish I could afford going to the park, but at this moment, somebody recommended having or saving some money because blah, blah, blah. That's better. Okay, that sounds more advanced. People, let's do something. Give me a second.
Mister, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Could you share the screen in number 5, please?
Could I share the screen?
My question is, can you use both verbs in ing
Give me a
for
second.
a sentence?
It depends.
For example, I think the number 5, I think, it's like I miss hanging out. Can you say I'm missing hanging out, or I don't know?
So yeah, I got you. So for example, this one, I miss hanging out. The correct is ing. In this case, I miss hanging out. That's the correct. I miss to hang out. That's incorrect. Why? Because some verbs do not admit this one. That's why you need to learn them. Like for example, miss, always ing. Okay.
No, but yeah, got it. But my question is, can you use, I mean, both verbs? There is like an, I don't know, a crazy
you mean,
sentences
for
when you
example,
use both.
Both ings, yeah. For example,
yeah.
I am missing hanging out with my friends. Of course you can. Yeah.
Okay.
It depends on the verbal tense, but yes. Or we were avoiding getting hit by the car. We were avoiding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like weird. That's why I was thinking about it.
That's the way it goes. You can say it. Yeah, there is no problem with that one. No problem with it. So guys, give me a second. People, do you remember who are your groups? If you don't remember, guys, I will send you the screenshots. Really. Give me a second. There we go. People, ahí van, si no se acuerdan con quién van, ahí están los grupos, guys. So we are going to, how many groups are we? We are 6 groups. So guys, I'm going to create the rooms, but this time you are going to select the persons that you are going with. So, vean ahí con quiénes van y vamos a ir viendo los grupos que se van a ir formando. Entonces, ahí pueden ir llamando, por ejemplo, el grupo número 3, que es César, Raúl y Roxana, se pueden meter al mismo grupo, right? So, Morena, David, Mario se meten al mismo grupo. Ahí le dice Morena a todos. Ok, niños, metámonos al grupo, al room number 6. So, ya van a ver a lo que me refiero. Let's participants choose. Ahí están los 6 rooms, guys. Vámonos metiendo ahí, please. Díganle a los de su grupo con quiénes van. Guys, who are you going with? Si no se acuerdan, ahí están. Los... En el 1, los que vayan con Saraí, please, métanse en el 1. En el 4, los que vayan con Raúl, please.
What about if I don't have a group, teacher?
You don't have a group, right?
Yeah, because I wasn't here yesterday.
Wait, si no estaba aquí, ya vamos a elegirle ahí su grupo. Guys, el resto, let's go, metámonos. Let's go.
Teacher, in my group, we were 2. Maybe he can work.
Ya, eso es lo que sabía, que hay algunos grupos de 2, así que ahí lo vamos a meter, ¿ok? Don't worry. El resto ahorita, please do me a favor, métanse, guys. Organize your presentation. Let's go.
Teacher, ¿qué número es el de Morena y Mario? No lo puedo ver.
Morena y Mario. Morena y Mario. Déjeme ver.
Ah, ya, number 4, I think.
Number 4, pero no se meta al room number 4. Veamos dónde están ellos, porque hay gente, puede que alguien los haya ocupado ahí el room. Veamos dónde están, ya le digo. No se ha metido Morena. So, people join to
I'm
your
waiting.
groups.
I'm waiting.
Métase, usted tiene que seleccionar ahí.
Number 3.
Métase al number 3. Ahí le da la opción para meterse.
Okay.
Y váyase al number 3, David.
Okay, thank you.
All right, it's not
Yeah.
here.
Okay, so where did we go? Let's go.
Hey guys.
Cesar is here. Cesar is here. I saw him. Yes. Cesar, let's go to the
Number 3.
number 3.
Okay, my problem is
But
that
number
I
3
only
it's already there. Number 4.
yes,
No, let's go to number 4. In the number 4 is our names, but it's number 4, Cesar.
oh, number 4. Okay,
Yes.
but
Yes.
the problem is I don't have the how to I select the.
Roxana, it's number 3, not number 4.
But in the number 3, it's already David, Mario, and
Sí,
Morena.
métanse a otro. Si ya está ocupado el room, váyanse a otro.
Yes,
No importa el grupo, lo que importa es que estén juntos las personas que iban.
All right.
In my case, I only see the black box. No, I don't see.
No. Click on the button. You have the buttons where you
Ahorita
have
yo lo
the
mandé.
screen. Oh.
And
Ahí
number
se
4.
lo-
Okay, thank you. Let's go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's wait for everybody, guys.
Okay.
Before we finish. Three seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. People, I just invite you to organize the presentation. Who is going to be presenting what? Who is going to prepare the PowerPoint presentation? Not a lot of information in the PowerPoint presentation, okay? You don't have to read, you need to explain. So remember, the 3 of you are going to pass. It will be 3 minutes. So 1 minute each person, it will be okay. So guys, that's it. Do you have any question? Thank you so much, people. Have a wonderful night. Take care, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Take care. Bye for
Thanks,
now,
teacher.
guys.
Good night, everyone.
Bye,
Good
niggas.
night.
Bye.